Okay. Welcome back to Black Butler Anime Review, episode number 10. Yes, episode 10. We are here discussing episode 51 of the series, His Butler Gaining Admittance. This episode daps from pretty much the entirety of chapter 74 and about halfway through 75. So, what happens over the course of this episode? Well, of course, can't get more info out of basically everybody over about this kid. Well, first we start off basically the last episode where Cecile threw a lantern into Violet House, causing the cause fire, and of course they think Derek might be in there, but then of course they check everybody who comes out. They're not with him. He's not in the mansion. He's not there, and then it's like, okay, jump it out. So then Sebastian shows up basically with an elephant, who happens to be the Indian princess elephant, and puts the fire out that way. So they don't know the fact they probably never heard the fact Cecile started the fire. And of course, Gregory Wolf is a bit against it first, and after the Indian prince scolds his fang over his drudge over what happened here, so he proceeds to allow him to put out the fire. So, and of course, then have a conversation and mentioning, oh yeah, the fact that apparently you can meet the headmaster at this upcoming tournament. And it was mentioned that the guy who Cecile was a drudge to, the drudge is drudge. He's a drudge. Basically, a drudge to the prefect of that one. He apparently saved the headmaster from being hit by a cricket ball. Got on a cricket team. And then, of course, basically Clayton comes to him and says, "Congratulations, Cecile, you're on the cricket team." Oh, cool. And his sponsor was his butler. Yep, his butler. Yes. And of course, he basically acts like puts on the act, but he's very happy. He's like, kind of expecting doing this, and got a plan for something next. And then, look forward to the July 4th, and we cut to June 3rd, where we have this massive party, and of course, Elizabeth is here, Cecile's fiance, and Edward's sister, who apparently he's got a sister complex. I'm thinking this is the UK. Why the heck would he have a sister complex? The series made in Japan. So then of course they had the vice principal give a speech, and then we introduced the cricket teams. First being the Greenhouse, who comes in basically dressed as Crusaders. Yes, seriously. And they come in basically by marching. And I think the Red House came in next, where they're basically coming just almost like bagpipers. And then Violet House comes in dressed as basically druids. And Blue House is basically more traditional. And of course, Elizabeth points out her brother looks cool, and she loves how Cecile looks. And the fact that this is so funny, the fact the prefect is embarrassed by his sisters. Yes, the fact he's got all these sisters and he's embarrassed by them. And oh, you're his housemate. You're basically, he told me a lot of your letters. And she even tried to offer one of her daughters to be his fiance, and then Elizabeth points out though she is his fiance. Yeah, something Edward basically clarifies. Yep, that's indeed true. And then Elizabeth's mother spot, Sebastian, proceeds to pull his hair and is like, "Oh, hello, madam." And of course they knew it's Sebastian. Of course she knew who it was. And then of course you have Elizabeth, Edward, and Elizabeth's father sees him oh, okay. And then they have the four prefects basically pour into this goblet that looks almost exactly like the goblet from Goblet of Fire. Yes, it looks exactly like that thing, except it's made of stone instead of being made of metal and enchanted with magic. I thought this was a really interesting scene. And prepare for the actual thing. There's a feast, of course, all the other stuff here, but really fun episode. And if you're really curious, how much more is left to go for this arc? Well, we still have a little while to go. for this arc? Yes. I mean, technically, in just a few episodes, they've only adapted a handful of chapters. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here we go. So, the public school arc. This arc is roughly about. Looks like about. It's roughly about 19 chapters, and we're only at chapter 74. So, we have roughly about 11. About. Actually, more like 10 and a half chapters left to go for the whole entire arc. Mm-hmm. Yep. Or just 11 more to go, and I can't confirm that there apparently is going to be another season of this one. I don't know when, but in the case of this very episode, we have exactly 7 left to go for the whole season. Yep, only 7 more, and this season's done. Do not know when next season come out. I don't know about that, but by the way, the episode ends quite into a flashback with I think it was the Blue Prefect's father was explaining this, where about this blue miracle, and we flash back to his younger days where he's scolding a fellow prefect on the lawn, and it turns out this guy is actually Cecile's father, Vincent Phantom Hive. Which, when you see him, he looks like Sebastian. Yep, indeed he does. Like, it's like almost exactly like Sebastian. It's like, wait, did Sebastian go back in time? No, I think Sebastian, because he's a demon, I think when he took human form, he basically assumed the form of basically probably like a younger version of Cecile's father. That is my best estimation, anyways. Oh, in case you're curious, though, how long ago was the arc released in the manga? The arc comes got this one, the Emerald Witch. That was released from October 2013 to July of 2015. This arc was released from March 2012 to September 23rd, 2013. So, roughly like a little over 10 years ago. Yeah, roughly about 11, 12 years ago is when this arc concluded. Yeah. So, here's a question. Why the heck did they wait so freaking long to adapt this arc? I have no idea. And there's still lots more of the there is like well over 100 chapters to be adapted. You could do another season of this. But it all depends upon when they do it. Okay? But yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the second one. Next up is Archdemon's Dilemma, How to Love Your Elf Bride. Okay? Next video. Bye.